Hello everybody, we are back on the Stanley Parable. And so I think we're going to be doing 3 more endings today. One of them, perhaps 2 of them I've done already, in the last one. First we're going to be doing the insane ending. While this is loading up, I gotta ask, how's everybody doing today? Type that down in the comments, tell me how you're feeling, how it's going. I am doing pretty good. We're going to skip this because we've seen that already. Okay, I've actually got this on my other screen this time, so I don't gotta be a pleb lord.
What could it mean?
Okay, go to the office. Oh, whoa. Walking while looking at my other screen just feels weird. Ooh. Okay, so we're instead of going... Oh, the only thing we're doing is we're going downstairs now. Yeah, we've done this one before. If you've seen my first series, then you've seen this one. I call it series. I think I did 1 episode. I did 2.
There was not a single person here either.
Wow. Oh, pretty excited. Pretty excited to be playing this again.
Go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Going downstairs today, boys.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that.
Can't crouch? Of course
you can. In such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am
going crazy.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
I erased them.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's got a you can't jump achievement?
Automatically behind him
I don't know why.
Went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last,
I'm just gonna chill right here for a minute.
Had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Saying we've done this one already.
Dreaming! He yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yay!
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star.
I wanted to look at the 1, 2, 3, 4.
It too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
Yes. 2, 3, 4 still.
Then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts,
he thought.
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not
a dream.
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain,
why isn't this like tape trim?
Was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice... All that. This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
God damn it.
He was in control.
God damn it.
It was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake.
I'll talk about that in a second here.
He felt the cool weight
I don't want to interrupt the narrator.
Skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job.
Go back.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job, All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Silver? Oh, god damn it. It's not over yet. Wait, so what happened is I got this like new clipboard thing that copies everything you copy and paste into like a long list of things. And you activate it with Control D. And I thought to myself, I'm never gonna click Control D. I don't need to change it. And then Control is crouch, WSAD. Duh.
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Stanley, I have a boss.
I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? No. I gotta admit, I don't like this ending that much.
Of a woman named
Maybe 'cause I've seen it already.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real.
This ending is so weird.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, we're back. Apartment ending. Go to the office, take the door on the right.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it.
It's the first time I watched the right
all
so
just
far.
laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
I actually wasn't paying attention, that was different. Okay, right.
Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This is ignore, yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So we did an ending very similar to this one.
Look, Stanley,
I believe.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Shit, you can't jump off that.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oops. Is that an ending? Okay, so now we're back.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't.
I had a feeling that that was something you could do, but I thought it might not let you get off of it.
Perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
I think the last time.
Your chance to redeem yourself. To put
Last
your
time we
work
did this?
aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Last time we unplugged the phone.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Okay. I think I saw MatPat do this one. Yeah.
Oh, Stanley,
I don't
is
think
that
that I did
you?
this one.
Hold on, sweetie.
Too
Sorry to
bad.
keep you waiting.
It's too bad that I know what's gonna happen here.
I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now I want
Some
you to
Mountain
come in
Dew.
and tell me all about your
Hi.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think
Yes?
you had a loving wife?
I can have a
Their
wife.
life to you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
How'd you do that?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Don't do this to me. No. Gee.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
If I don't push the button, huh?
Pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now
He's push my chair back a little bit.
he's coming back to work.
Ooh, it feels good.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I didn't choose it.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
Yes.
Fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work
Come here, baby.
was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Come here. Will anything happen? Nope.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
To spend time with the boys?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last,
Choice.
it barely even mattered what
What the fuck's this picture?
each door. The mere
Time is
thought
it?
that his decisions would mean
It's not what time
something
it is.
was
3:09.
almost too wonderful to behold.
Not 6. Or not 5. What? I don't get it. Whatever.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
What?
he began to fill it with many possible paths and
Why is this?
destinations.
I was
Down
making
one
dinner.
path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Title
It
drop.
was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then
And again,
and
and
again,
again.
over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Yes.
But there is no
I love you, baby.
answer. How could there possibly be?
Is this transforming into my
In reality,
desk?
All he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed.
Is this gonna transform
The
into
longer
the
he
beginning
spends
room?
here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Hate Mondays.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he
Too
can
bad.
never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't
Wow,
stop.
sharpens the
Here,
pencils.
watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Wait. I'm not gonna push this button. Is time actually passing on this while we wait for me to not push this button? I think it is. God damn it, I see how to make me push the button, isn't it? I thought maybe... sitting here watching a clock tick is fucking boring. Oh man, click the button.
Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time
Should turn this on sooner.
Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Hello? Is that the end? Okay, I guess we do this one. I guess we do this one anyway, even though technically it's the same thing as when I jumped off the thing and killed myself. Okay. So we just walk on and off again.
Wasn't 5 years ago. Oh well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
You know, I probably can. Can I try to land on this car?
I'm sure you'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do
Can't
it!
peer pressure me.
Do it! Do it!
What's that say? Oh, $1,000. I thought it was blank. Wait, so you're gonna penalize me $5,000 to jumping off this?
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Okay, next one. Okay. Exit Stanley's office, go through the offices, go down to the door on the right, go through the lounge, take your door on the left.
The first open door on his left.
Okay, I think we take the door on the left here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Take the elevator. Okay.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Left. Go through the door, he says, the story absolutely definitely this way. That's the only way I can go, so let's go.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Not this one either.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
This one?
What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I never thought about that. What's going on here? What's going on here?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay, and then it restarts it. I think it restarts it, and this playthrough
What could it mean?
is different?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Maybe?
he simply missed a memo.
The narrator restarts the game. Follow the directions of the narrator. It's straightforward.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
Yep.
Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere?
Yeah, something weird's happening here.
Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
This is funny.
Okay then, it's an adventure. Come, Stanley, let's find the story.
He fucking opens all the doors. Wait. I don't know where I want to go, because is there many... Follow the directions of the narrator straight. So I'm just gonna go... Here. Oh, you can go wherever, okay. It doesn't limit me. It's this way. Does he just let me do whatever I want, or is it just like loop? Back.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Try this again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so it's funny to think like it's all one. Like normally when you start the game, it feels like a completely different like track. But yeah, he's like, let's restart this. Then he just kind of starts it from the top of the paper again.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, see that. Sounds solid. Did we miss something back here? Did it always like that? What are we up to? We're on...
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
The fuck are we? Oh, hit a plate.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
We're completely lost here. Oh, we're so lost. What is going on here?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
Is this the story?
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
Thank you.
So,
Yes, sir.
job.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, no, I don't.
No, you can't take away from that from me. I won already.
You didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Shut up. I won.
I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
I agree.
What might happen this time? I have to restart.
Okay. Start from the top of the paper again. There we go.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
You know what? Let's do that. What? This isn't it, right? This isn't the way we normally go.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now we can both agree.
Okay, so the thing is, I just don't want to keep walking and have the thing where it cuts him off because he has to start new dialogue.
The nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence.
Drink some Mountain Dew while listening to him.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of
God, this is deep.
office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa,
Oh God.
hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of
He's going to the fucking wall.
road.
Just getting kooky, man. Back up the wall, through this door, this way, up and around. He doesn't fucking know, question mark. We're up in the... Oh god. It's going everywhere. It's going under the desk, over here. Up the wall, through the pipes, over here, zigzagging. The shaking light. Past the red light. This way. Past the monthly ledgers and the corporate imbalances and the annual reviews. Mesa. This is leading me in a... This is the peer reviews of one guy? Holy crap. What the... Wait. Oh my god. A whole room full? Wait. This is confusing. Going up here and around the wall and through this door.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No. What?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after
We trusted you.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore.
To hell with it, restart.
Restart.
Okay, so we're still on this Adventureland story.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line.
Okay.
What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Let's go. Let's go, narrator.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story.
This is a long one.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
The hell?
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Let's go play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'll be the druid. You'll be the dungeon master.
You again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new
Trademark.
story. No lines or monitor rooms.
Wait.
Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Oh, the line still looks the same. I'm ignoring you, line. We're vetoing you. I have nowhere else to go, though. This line's getting crazy. Oh. See you, line. I guess.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yeah, let's do
How
this.
Important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn
Logic.
means that our destination corresponds with the
counter-inverted doors.
door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since
right.
the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Let's go.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle?
Cycle?
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the
This is gonna be a long one.
or the journey.
I didn't know this was gonna be such a long
Say
one.
that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Eventually.
In the
Hopefully.
meantime,
Like, so is this over? Is it over? Okay, so it appears that was the end of that ending. I went and I killed myself by jumping off the platform. This is gonna be a long one. I'm gonna try to cut out a little bit of it. It's the very beginning parts. I really like that ending. That one was really good. Okay, so thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Please, anyone, just watch the videos. Okay, leave a like and stuff. You know the jazz. Come on. Why isn't there like 50 likes on this video? Get going.